What's been your most asked question today?
Probably the most asked question I've had today is probably on the visas, how long can people stay, and if that 90-day thing is going to change, which obviously it will.
What would your top tip be for people visiting the exhibition today?
If you're visiting, I would definitely say get as much information as you can. Even if you go away and sit down and have a coffee and write down a list of questions that you think of and then take them round to speak to everyone.
That's a good tip, actually, because you forget.
Well, you do forget, and I think, and some people do come with big lists and they've got asked all these questions.
What's your favourite thing about France?
Too many favourite things. I think the nicest thing is the lifestyle. It's so different to being in London where I used to live. Everyone has time for each other, very community orientated, particularly if you're living in the countryside. Everyone looks out for each other.
What's something people should be asking you?
The best thing to do is to say what they're looking for, and then we can help with saying, you know, if they can say to us, this is what I'm looking for. Again, another idea is to write down all the things that you want from your life in France. Come and talk to us and ask us, where is the best place for this? This is what I'm looking for. And then we would be able to advise that area's not going to be any good for you, that area's too quiet for you, you need to be nearer a city because you need hospitals, etc., etc. So I think the best thing would be people ask for their criteria, ask their criteria.
What are your predictions for the French property market in 2024?
Well, this year it's going to be more of a buyer's market. The last 2 years have been a seller's market without a doubt. The market was really low on stock. Everything was selling really quickly because of the 1% interest rates, etc. Now it's gone up to 4%. That's slowed down the French market quite a bit, so the domestic market as such. So there'll be more properties on the market staying on for longer, which means there'll be more stock. And when there's more stock, buyers have more choice. 2024, it'll be a great time to buy.
Great. How much can you negotiate on house prices in France?
In the last 2 years, you haven't really been able to negotiate because there's been too many buyers. But when it turns to the other way and we've got a lot of stock in the market, if people are looking to sell quickly, then there will be. But I wouldn't suggest, unless it's a complete and utter wreck, if it's a nice house and it's nicely decorated, it's nicely priced, then you wouldn't really go more than 10% under the asking price.
What advice would you give for house hunters for planning their property viewing trip?
That's another mistake that people can make. 5 properties in the door, great, I'm going to visit all of them in a day, but they might be 2.5 hours apart. So I would get your shortlist together and then speak to your agent. They'll do it for you, they'll set the itinerary for you, they'll organise everything for you so you don't have to do it yourselves, and they'll also advise you that, you know, don't see 5 properties in a day, see 3 properties in a day at max. So I'd always, when planning a trip, have a couple of days off to go back, and also second viewings as well for the end of the week.
What questions should I ask when I visit a French property?
You'd want to check the diagnostic tests, but they have to be done anyway. So you want to check that the electric's up to date. You want to check the roof, because the roof's obviously a big cost. Septic tank, if it's got a septic tank, does it conform or does it not? But again, all of these will be answered before you have to sign anything. You get to meet the vendors themselves, and they speak English or you speak French. It's just to ask them what they loved about the house. So getting the lifestyle from the people that already live there will also help.
What advice would you give to a family looking to move to France with children?
If you're a family, I would definitely make sure that the children go to a local school. The best way if they're young enough is to put them straight into a French school, because they're like sponges and they'll learn the language really quickly. Also, it means they'll have local friends, because when they go to international schools, they don't know anyone in the village, they don't know any of the other children. I mean, I've taken children and got children into schools, you know, as an agent. Go and visit the school. The agent will be happy to take you to the school. You can go and have a look at how, you know, do they have their own vegetable patch? Do they grow their own vegetables and things like that? Look at the schools, that's going to be important. Make sure it's not too rural. You want to be integrated into a community.
Rural in France, it can be
really rural, and they could be nothing around miles. So you want them to be able to grow and to have friends and, you know, after school clubs and things like that.